Hey, so what's up? This is me, Randy, again, and I just want to get into a topic about Adderall and my relationship with Adderall, why I take it, and the effects it has on me. So I take Adderall because I was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of I want to say 14, but I was officially diagnosed at 16. And when I was first prescribed Ritalin, I took it for the first time and didn't feel like it was too hot, and I felt weird, so I threw it out, and I never bothered touching these stimulants again until last year. And my relationship with Adderall has been a love-hate relationship. When I was prescribed it last year until now, I've tried several different other stimulants, and I've pretty much decided that for the most part, Adderall is what agrees with me. My relationship with Adderall has been one of realization and self-awareness, and a relationship with my emotions and the sensations I feel while trying to get myself to be a functional person. Some of those sensations can be very distracting, like the pain of not being able to focus, or not being able to keep the wherewithal to follow through with tough tasks, and other sensations like anxiety from feeling overwhelmed. So with Adderall, it's been for the most part good. There's been some side effects like some anxiety, some feeling like over amped up at times, which I barely struggle with anymore. There's been some social repercussions that I faced from it because it made me act a fool a few times. But for the most part, Adderall is good, and it keeps me functional. It keeps me feeling safe because I know I can somewhat trust on it to get the ball rolling and to develop the habits, which there is no medication for, the deep ingrained habits to sustain a sufficient level of focus to be able to keep up with everyday tasks. And I take let's see, currently take IR 20 milligrams, and I take XR or ER 20 milligrams. I'm on 25 now, but due to some complication, I got 20 this month. I take that and I combine it with guanfacine, and I combine it with sertraline. Guanfacine's in the house, but when I take these pills, basically it keeps these really horrible feelings I have when trying to be productive at bay, and it keeps the inertia, my inability to get started on things, it keeps that at bay too. So it allows me a window of time to focus and get things done and keep momentum in my life. And I want to speak to the positive side of Adderall for the most part. The positive side has been almost a miracle in terms of it being able to get me out of bed in the morning. It's able to help me sustain a level of concentration that I otherwise was not able to sustain. But there are times when I get a little bit numb to the medicine and it doesn't work as good as it used to, and I have to take breaks, which is really frustrating. But when that pill kicks in and it works the way it should, it provides me with a window of opportunity I'm otherwise not provided with, which is just not feeling like a complete failure and being stuck in bed all day. It helps me get the ball rolling. So Adderall helps me get the ball rolling. And I would suggest anyone who suffers from ADHD and is comorbid with depression to get treated with a stimulant as fast as possible if all other options fail. Like if you've tried therapy and if you've tried several tactics to get yourself to build habits and do the things you need to do, but they're not working, I would suggest tossing a stimulant at it. I used to take a ton of caffeine to get the same effect, and that was so bad, and it didn't even last that long. But compared to that, the Adderall has been really a blessing, and it's been able to help me with staying on top of things and just feeling better overall. So what I would suggest if you're taking Adderall currently is eat well, sleep well, those obvious things, but also keep a journal of what you do when you take your Adderall. Because sometimes we can wait for the positive effects of the medicine to kick in, like euphoria or a certain adrenaline rush that we get from it. But what's important is that we rely on sustain habit over time while we're on the Adderall. So that way, even when we're not on the Adderall, we start building the necessary habits to take the leaps and bounds we need to make our lives better. So with that being said, I say develop good habits, journal, and take care of your meds. You know, don't lose them, don't abuse them. Use them for what they're good for, and especially what I really want to drive home on the positive effect of Adderall, it gives you the opportunity to build those habits as a person with ADHD or severe depression to do what you need to do. And those habits I cannot stress enough. Like, as soon as you feel the good effects of this medication, jump on the ability to perform and make things happen with building good habits. So not procrastinating, get it starting on something right away. Sustaining your focus, you know, like break it down, like do an hour, take a 5-minute break, get right back on it, you know, bite down, lock down while you have that opportunity, and make sure you keep a journal. That's my advice to you. So that's been my love side with Adderall. The more hating side is that sometimes I can over depend on it too much, like just say I'll do something later, and then that is true procrastination where I don't get it done later. But through trial and error, I've learned from that, and now I know that when the medicine starts to work, I immediately go right back at the positive side and work on building habits. So with Adderall, build your habits, make your life easier, try to wean off of it a bit, and then come back to it when you're ready. You know, if you have someone you know, a loved one who has suffering with ADHD, who's tried everything, I suggest Adderall for them if they don't have any underlying health issues like heart problems. I would also suggest it for people who may not feel like they need it, but it could be that life changer. I would say to take it in a responsible manner. Take care of your health, find out about it. Look up other things you could take with it, like nootropics, like there's Alpha Brain. You might be able to get something called guanfacine from your doctor, which you can combine with Adderall to make it even a little more potent. You know, there's several different brain vitamins and nootropics to take, like magnesium is one. Take that with your Adderall if you begin, and if it's good for you, if it's right for you, if you decide that. So I leave you with that, and peace.